Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center. It's a magnificent day here in Santa Barbara, and the only reason we're not outside is because our dear Genya had to set up last night. So hopefully, uh, in coming Sundays, we'll be outside in front of the rock. But in the meantime, you're welcome to the Advancement Center is also a huge welcome to your world of magic and miracles. Yeah. Every day, more magic, more miracles. And if you're watching, big changes are on their way, and the future is getting closer and closer. Now, I'm sure you've heard the title of today's broadcast. It's been in most of our lives, and it is Your Children Are Not Your Children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. And that was written by Khalil Gibran. Yeah. As a matter of fact, as soon as I said that name, I realized that when I was working in a psychiatric center, I came across someone who had been a very dear friend of Khalil Gibran, but that's a story for another time. Okay. Today, I want to tell you that my dad gifted me with this book, The Prophet, by Khalil Gibran, on the occasion of my wedding. I was 18 years old. I feel like he must have felt like the bow as he shot the arrow, which was me, into the future and hoped for the best. Gibran said, "You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might that the arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending to the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable." Ever since last week, when I spoke of the importance of gardens, especially the child experiencing the taste of a carrot just pulled from the soil, my focus has been on the importance of the child experiencing everything and not having everything spelled out in Technicolor according to the parents' likes, dislikes, concerns, happy or sad memories of their own childhood, in addition to meeting with their own parents' approval and society. Too often, a child's quiet moments are met with, "What's the matter?" No, it doesn't work. I somehow knew that when David, my son, at the precious ages of 4, 5, and 6, would stare into the nothingness, and I knew that he was communicating with some unseen. Now I would say he's following his spirit. Last week I spoke of the Young Mothers Group. I spoke that was last week that I spoke to the mothers group. Unfortunately, that was just one session, a successful one, but it was only a beginning. I would have opened the second session with, "Do you know that your adorable son or daughter does not belong to you? They come trailing magic and miracles from their origin. Perhaps they are here to remind you of your beginning and your origin before that." The night we brought our firstborn son, David, home from the hospital, I remember cradling his head and little body on one arm and looking into his beautiful face and hearing these words. He is here with you for a while. You are to keep him safe until he can fly. I heard that. I will never forget that. My motto has always been allow, let, and listen. Allow the child to express their feelings. Let them express their thoughts and listen to what is not said. Our children are not here to please us, but to chart new territories to explore and experience. At all times, at all times, I spoke and behaved for my parents' approval, and I can trace my course of events accordingly. Hindsight is amazing, and the divine plan that I was living eventually delivered me to what I had known all along. Many years ago, in an oral interpretation class with Mrs. Baker at the University of Washington in Seattle, my dream was revealed, and I'm living that dream right now. When I read and record the writings of Robert and Simeon, I feel almost overwhelmed by the power and beauty of the truth revealed and stated so simply. And I know these must be made available and heard. I feel this time that I have with you is more than precious. I can share many stories, and I know that I am the keeper of treasures that I must share each Sunday. I can hear someone say, "Why all this emphasis on children?" And I quote Robert, "You can't go back to being children. You are children. And we have a big, bright, beautiful future just ahead of us." Isn't that funny? I remember my mom, when I was tiny, used to sing to me, "Where have you come from, baby dear? Out of the everywhere into here." What did she know? What did she feel? What did she never get to express the way we have this opportunity? So on September 3rd, 2017, Robert wrote, "So we interact once again so that we can experience the beautiful presence of each one of us. We can experience that majesty that we always understood from when we were children. We're not going back to be children. We are children. Children express what's deep inside us, and now we're in a position where it's no longer deep inside us. It's out in the open, on the surface, totally joyous and dancing around just like little children, but with a lot more experience and a lot more ability to present the gifts in the physical world. Each one of us has developed so quickly that it's hard to understand, but now you don't have to understand, and you don't have to live any special way except follow your spirit and develop your magic every chance you get. Experiment with the skills that you have. Don't wonder if you can see what's around the corner. Know what's around the corner. If you look into progress in your life, you tend to look back. But now, with magic and miracles, you can look forward. And as you look forward, the future develops from you in your own special way, through your own supercomputer, and through your connection into the universe. I saw this on Facebook and it just touched me. And so many people loved it. So I'm going to share it with you. Can you see that? He wasn't taking any chances. And he was hearing from the universe, I love you. I can almost see that being a toy on the market. See what happens. Now, on November 13th, 2016, Robert wrote, and I just want to check. Yeah. This one is called Another Way of Existence. At this time, it is important to empty your mind and allow nothing but life to penetrate the experiential walls of your existence. Assumptions, conclusions, comparisons, or rules will only hamper the vision of what you are about to receive through channels that have never been opened in your world before. The simplicity of your life and everything in it can only be as it was when you were a child. The true world of fantasy and the playful world of a child will open the way to many new and exciting prospects that will eventually form into a happy and most powerful world for you to live in. You are about to reveal to the world that there is another way of existence. And there is a way for you to access the interface with the most powerful and mystical part of your being. Nothing has been mentioned or even considered in this light, even though there have been strange experiences in everyone's life that have proven that something more powerful than what we know is present in the world. Many theories have been put forward, but no one has actually attempted to harness the endless combinations of the random interface that exists between us and the thing you refer to as your personal supercomputer. As a start, it is necessary to find a comparison that can be accepted by the brain in such a way that it will allow the exploration of the nebulous inputs and outputs that we have bunched into one lump and called emotions. If you jump into cold water and react immediately, you will experience the effects of cold. However, if you surpass the reaction and allow your body to adjust, you will experience the station of your interface with your personal supercomputer, and the experience of cold will disappear. Our definition of emotion is actually pointing to our reaction and closing off the fact that there is some part of our control system that is looking for an input so it can make appropriate adjustments. If you turn off the thermometer in your car because you don't like what it is telling you and you disconnect it from the air conditioning control, you will no longer experience the comfort of a constant preset temperature. And I know that firsthand because I get into the car, it's blowing cold. The first thing I do is do something. And Robert said, just wait. So I think I finally learned how to do that. But you're learning at every moment. That was fun. Now, what do we have here? Oh, we're going back again 5 years to August 2014. We've been reading from this, and each time I pick it up, I say, it's so appropriate. And here we go. Every person understands what is presented by logic. But it is time to understand that the most important things are not meant to be understood. They are meant to experience without measurement or comparison or the elimination of their magic. It is a simple thing to state, but the acceptance cannot be a simple overwrite of the present standards that have been programmed into everyone's system. The simplicity of a person's uninhibited childlike program is needed before the special things that are not meant to be understood can take effect in life. This is what is happening in the regeneration of humanity. Your new reality is based on simplicity, and all other complexities will be handled by the high-level language of simplicity. Every person knows that if something is hard work, then the timing for doing such a task is wrong, or it is being done the wrong way. We all know there is no need to make anything into hard work when we have the facilities to make it simple. This is relatively new in the world, but it is now true, and nothing obvious happened to bring it into reality. Many books will be written to explain this change, but there is no real explanation except that our reality has changed and we will not accept anything less. The world is new. All standards are new, and every person's reality is new. Nothing less will be accepted, and the reasoning will not even be considered. Watch as the light shines on so many new things. In the near future, you will see what has never been seen before. This will be epic, to say the least, and nothing will be explainable from the basis of past knowledge, even though many things will seem to be from the past. The evidence that we have always needed will not be available, but the reality will be available in front of us to experience without question. The things in our life that cannot be understood are becoming a real part of our reality. This is not only obvious, it is being revealed every day in the movement of people and the actions that defy the laws of gravity. Many new developments appear out of nowhere to demonstrate that life and the unique use of the human body has become the focus and the majority of young people. The formula that has directed the presentation of entertainment is now failing to impress those who have accepted their new reality. Movies, television shows, news, and editorials are no longer meaning anything to the young at heart. But the habit of watching comes from a desire to see the reality change in the world around us. Yeah, we're still waiting, but it's happening. And it's not going to come from television. That's what's so exciting. I have been reading from Archangel Michael. And we're up to this place, which seemed so appropriate. As you walk forth on planet Earth today among humanity, look for the magic and majesty, of the kingdom of heaven that is all around you. It's hidden in the background beyond the illusion, and you must look closely for it. Look at nature and art and the beauty in someone's eyes. Notice what is happening in the background around you and everyone and everything this day. It's here now. Look for it. The fifth dimension is here, beautiful ones. Simply be in it now. Thank you for coming to Earth at this time and for all the great sacrifices you made on behalf of all humanity. No greater act of love was ever given. Now you are the great master. This is heaven, loved ones, and we are the bringers of it. I am Michael, and you know who I am. I have been with you from the beginning, and I will stay beside you, defending you, lifting you up, healing you, and helping you until all things are fulfilled. Godspeed. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if any of you are realizing I haven't mentioned Swiss Indo, but it continues to be wonderful, and situations in Indonesia are progressing. And I remind you to download your M1 voucher and your debt liberation certificate. And you'll find that on swissindo.news. And if you want any background information about how this got started and what's actually happening, you can go to swissindo.net. I always consider that my PSA, public service announcement. And once again, I come to that most magnificent time where you get a chance to rehear, or perhaps hear for the first time in a new part of your attention, David's wonderful writing. And of course, you know the title absolutely took my attention with this focus on children. and it's called A Childlike Sense of Wonder, which has absolutely nothing to do with age. I watch the bees land on the flowers, making their way from bud to bud, feet moving, antenna twitching to the beat of the music of spring. A sense of wonder. Pink and white flowers, golden brown and yellow bodies scurrying about, doing their job of retrieving nectar. Busy, so busy, buzzing in a world of color and scent that humanity is blessed to enjoy. A spider web forms between two of the blossoms, and the spider is busy doing his part in this amazingly beautiful world that we live in. There's incredible beauty as you look around in every direction, and as you zoom out from the microscope world of the bees and spiders, you see the majestic mountains and green valleys covered with wildflowers. And you see the magnificent faces of the people that you encounter, each uniquely created so that no two are exactly alike, creating and enhancing that sense of wonder. As you take a moment to look around your world, you will see the incredible beauty that surrounds you at all times, often seeming insignificant until your spirit turns your head to look deeper in a specific direction. And from there, you are led into a world that exists just behind the world that you only see with your physical eyes. And you will hear a world that exists beyond your physical ears and smell a world that exists beyond your physical sense of smell. You will have entered the world of magic and miracles, and your heart will leap with joy in response to the lighthearted feeling that you are experiencing. A child sits in a field of grass and giggles as their hands feel the texture of the grass. That innocent giggle that says they've stumbled onto something new, yet at the same time, something they've known from before. And you see that sense of wonder light up their face. The world that was programmed into a system of rules for the purpose of control gives each person exact directions on how to be, what to do, where to go, and how to get there. The world of magic and miracles is full of detours beckoning you with a gentle signal to turn here, then turn there, and follow the beauty and magic until you've forgotten where you started. This is how you will release the system's control, and this is how you will release your own control that has been built in the image of the system. Keep that childlike sense of wonder that is your true nature. Take every detour that appears on your daily journey and allow the world of magic and miracles to make you giggle as you touch, feel, see, and hear the beauty that you've never known and that you've always known as you live with that childlike sense of wonder. Do you have any idea the delight in reading those words and realizing where they come from and who is receiving them right now? That's exciting. And I have another one. Let's see what happens with the time. Here is another wonder from David. It's called Your Beautiful Essence. We each have our own unique view of this life, and our expression of what we see, feel, and know is just as unique. Remarkable in its simplicity because it is something that flows from us as easily as speaking our native language. We are not trying to see or express what we see in a unique way. We are just being ourselves, the self that has come here from our origin many, many years ago. And that's when we came. We are all composers, masters like Bach, Beethoven, and Mahler, creating a symphony every day with the brilliance of our music. We all have our individual taste in music, clothing, food, and so many other things. It's easy to assume that some of those choices were influenced by our environment when we were young, but in fact, that happened a long time before we arrived here. We often think that we like a type of music because it was being played in our home when we were young. That's a natural assumption. But remember, your parents also ate broccoli every day, and you hated it then, and you still hate it now. The essence of our unique music comes trailing in with us in each incarnation. A scent, a feel, a look, the movement. To put it simply, a dance. It is always here, no matter if you are here in the physical or not. Just think of someone who has passed over, and it will all show up in an instant. Your essence contains all that is you, your energetic blueprint, and all the special characteristics from your origin. And the music, the beautiful music, the individual notes, the melodies, the harmonies, each one resonating with you and taking you home. Instruments being played that may have originated in your home and voices that you've heard many lifetimes ago. The incredible ability of sound to create quietness, and the movement of that sound to create stillness, and how they both are able to remind you of your eternal magnificence and the magnificence of creation and your creator. Today, I'm welcoming you back as your energy and essence has returned once again, inhabiting a new form to serve humanity and assist in freeing of every human and non-human being on this planet and beyond. We have done it many times before, and we will continue to do it until all are free. There's nothing for you to do. The you who agreed to do this is working through the you that forgot, and it has your full cooperation. It is all being done and will continue to be done until it is all finished. In the meantime, live your life with excitement, joy, happiness, and celebration, following your spirit in every moment, for this is your part, and this is how you are changing the world through you. I thank you. You are awesome, amazing, magnificently bright, knowing all things, one with all things. You're the source of all light. Wow. I loved it when I heard it for the first time. I more than love it. Now, thank you, David. There are no words. There are no more words. Feelings are transmitted. And I'm feeling all of you right now. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being here at this time. We have all found our true family. And now I have to wait until Wednesday when David will be broadcasting. And then Friday when Genya will come in her joyousness. And 2 days later, I'll be back. So until then, we here at the Advancement Center are wishing you a perfect life. perfect health, and a truly magic future. Thank you.